Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson in my beginner piano course level 1. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. In this lesson, we're going to learn about piano geography. And what that basically means is orientation on the keyboard, to know where to find the notes, why we have so many notes, and how to work around all the notes on the keyboard, how to identify them. So as you can see, here is the keyboard of the piano, and most pianos have 88 keys on average. Now you can have a much shorter keyboard. It could be 2 octaves, it could be 4 octaves, it could be 7 octaves like this one, but the big average is 88 keys. As you can see, the 88 keys are separated into black notes and white notes. If we only had white notes, we could never distinguish between them because they all look the same. And the black notes look the same as well, but their grouping is different. And this is the key to identifying notes on the piano. If you look at the black notes, you can see that there is 3 blacks next to each other, then there's a little gap, then 2 blacks next to each other, a gap, another 3 blacks, a gap, another 2 blacks, a gap. So we can easily distinguish between groups of 3 blacks and groups of 2 blacks. And this is going to be our guide or reference point when trying to identify notes. So let's start with the easiest note, middle C. If you find the 2 black notes next to each other, the group of 2, on the left side of the 2 blacks is always going to be the note called C. Now, if I go higher up, I can see another group of 2 blacks, and the note on the left side of the 2 blacks again is going to be called C. And I can do this every single time I find 2 blacks. The note on the left is going to be called C. So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 C's on the piano. And the last one is a little bit different because we don't have the blacks next to it. Another important note to identify on the piano is going to be the A. If you look at the 3 black notes, the group of 3s, between the second and the third black note, you're going to find the note A. So this one is A, that's the first, second and third. So between the second and third black notes is A. And if you know where A is, you can work out any of the notes on the piano because we use the alphabet for the notes and they come nicely after each other. And we use the first 7 letters of the alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if I start from here, I can go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And once I get to G, I restart the entire process. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then once again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So as you can see, we really only have 7 white notes, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then as soon as you get to G, it starts repeating. Now, if I go from A to A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes, I can call this an octave. And this word is going to be very important because it's one of the key distance measurements we have in piano. And the reason why I said that this piano is 7 octaves long is because if I start from this low C, I get to the next C, it's 1 octave. I get to the next C, 2 octaves, 3 octaves, 4 octaves, 5, 6, and 7. And that's what 7 octaves means. Don't worry about the names of the black notes, we're going to get to that later. So right now, the only thing you need to focus on is the name of the white notes. A couple of minutes ago, I referred to this C as the middle C, and that's again a very important term to understand. We have lots of C's and lots of every note on the piano, but there's usually one C in the middle of your piano, whether it's this big, or that big. The C, which is the closest to the middle, is going to be called the middle C, and that should be the same pitch on every single piano, and that can be our reference point. So for example, if I play this G, I can say that this is the G above middle C, and this G is the G under middle C. Another important thing to understand about the piano keyboard is, as you can hear, if I play this C and then this C, this one sounds much lower in sound or in pitch. Pitch is the same thing as a sound, but it's a more musical term. So if I go to the left side on my piano, I'm going down. The more I go to the left, the lower the sound is going to be, the lower the pitch is going to be. So going to the left is going down, and going to the right is going up. The further you go to the right side of the piano, the higher the pitch will be. So again, you can hear this is middle C, and this C sounds much, much higher. Now that we understand the names of the notes and how to work them out and what an octave is, now let's try to talk a little bit about key attack. So hitting the keys of the pianos is not as straightforward as it would seem like. You don't just go and press down a key like that. As I said in my shapes video in the previous lesson, we always have a rounded shape, a relaxed wrist and rounded fingers. And when you strike a key, let's just pick middle C here, you're going to lift up your hand and in a wavy motion, a very deep sound. So it doesn't go down like this, in a very static motion. Always think about the key attack as something that's continuous, that's wavy, and it's in a motion. And the wrist, forearm, and hand, they all work together. And this is really important when we play slowly or legato, because this motion is ultimately what's going to make our playing very expressive and emotional. If you enjoy this lesson, make sure to check out the premium version of this course, which is going to include a free method book, lots of filmed video tutorials for sight reading exercises, technical exercises, performance pieces, and best of all, you're going to get personal feedback from me to make sure your progress is as smooth and efficient as it can get.